She's not rejecting you. She's rejecting your energy. You probably think she pulled away because you weren't handsome enough, or because you said the wrong thing. But that's not it. What she felt was something off, something weak, something that didn't make her feel safe, curious, or drawn toward you. That something was your energy. It was in the way you walked up to her, the way you spoke, the way you asked those empty, polite questions, hoping she'd carry the moment for you. Most guys don't realize this. Women rarely reject men because of looks alone. They reject the moment they feel a man is unsure of himself. And in this video, we're going to break down the hidden psychology behind why so many guys lose a woman's interest before they even finish the first sentence, and how to flip that energy into something magnetic, confident, and unforgettable. Let's dive in. Why questions kill attraction. Every time you walk up to a woman and start with things like, "How are you? What do you do? Where are you from?" You think you're being polite. You think you're showing interest. But to her, it feels boring, cold, forgettable. Not because those questions are rude, but because they bring no energy. She's heard them dozens, maybe hundreds of times before, and most of the time, they come from the same place. Nervousness, uncertainty, and a secret hope that she will make the moment exciting. That's the real problem. You're putting her in charge of carrying the conversation. You're making her do all the emotional work. Without realizing it, you're sending her this unspoken message. I don't have anything interesting to offer, so I'm hoping you'll give me something to work with. Now think about how that feels for her. Beautiful women get approached all the time. They know the patterns. They can feel the difference between a man leading with calm confidence and a man just trying to survive the interaction. When you open with generic questions, she feels like she's being interviewed, not seduced, not invited into your world, not emotionally drawn into the moment. And that's when she checks out. What she's really scanning. Most men think she's carefully listening to the words they say, but that's not the case. She's scanning your energy, your tone, your body language, your eyes, the way you hold yourself. She's picking up on whether you stand strong or fold the moment there's a little friction. Even if she's not thinking about it consciously, she's asking herself, is this man secure in himself? Or is he just trying to impress me so he feels accepted? You might think you're being nice. You might think politeness is the key. But if your energy says I need you to like me, she'll feel it instantly, and she'll lose interest just as fast. Here's the truth. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for a man who leads the moment, a man who's already comfortable in his own world, a man who brings direction and depth without needing anything from her. When you start with weak, empty questions, she doesn't hear curiosity. She hears fear. Her instinct is wired to feel safe and attracted around a man who stands firm, calm, grounded, unshaken. And if you can't give her that from the moment you open your mouth, she won't stick around long enough to see what else you've got. The shift that changes everything. So how do you fix this? It's simple, but it's powerful. Stop asking. Start declaring. Most guys open with a question because they don't know what else to say. They think anything is better than silence. But here's the problem. Questions, especially generic ones, broadcast nervous energy. They say, I don't know how to lead, so I need you to help me. Instead, start with a statement. Something real. Something that shows who you are. Something that pulls her into your world. Example: weak opener. How are you? Strong opener. I like this place. It's got that calm after the storm vibe. Feels like the kind of place where time slows down. See the difference? One is basic, forgettable. The other paints a picture. It sets a mood. It gives her something emotional to respond to. Only then might you follow up with, "What do you think of the music?" Now, you're not asking because you're out of ideas. You're inviting her into a moment you already created. Women don't want to lead the moment. They want to feel something. When you create an atmosphere with your words, your tone, your calmness, you become the source of that feeling. And that's when she leans in. That's when she remembers you. How to handle disagreement like a man. Let's say you've started a good conversation. The energy's right. Then she says, "I don't really like this place." This is the moment that separates boys from men. The average guy? He panics. He wants to keep her happy. So he says, "Yeah, I guess it's not that great." Why? Because deep down, he's afraid of disagreement. He thinks, if I don't agree, she might not like me. So he gives up his own opinion to avoid any tension. But here's the problem. When you fold that quickly, she feels it. She knows you're bending yourself to win her approval. And instead of feeling closer to you, she loses respect. Tension is your superpower. Tension isn't the enemy. It's your greatest tool. Tension means there's emotion in the moment. It creates energy, chemistry, unpredictability. It makes her curious about you. A strong man doesn't get defensive, but he also doesn't fold. He stays grounded and curious. She says, "I don't really like this place." You might respond with, "Really? What don't you like about it?" Or, "Interesting. I was starting to like it. What would make it better for you?" Notice what's happening here. You're holding your position without trying to win. You're showing your opinion matters. You're not afraid of a little disagreement. That kind of energy challenges her, in a good way. It creates sparks, mystery, and emotional depth. And most men are too scared to create that. So next time a woman disagrees with you, don't shrink. Don't switch sides to keep her happy. Breathe. Smile. Stay grounded. Show her that disagreement doesn't shake you, because that's the kind of man she remembers. Real examples that shift energy. Let's get practical. How do you speak in a way that pulls her in, rather than pushing her away? Because here's what most guys miss. It's not just what you say, it's the energy you start with. If you open with bland, copy-paste questions, you sound like every other guy she's met. But if you lead with something real, something that comes from you stand out immediately. Weak example. What do you do? Sounds normal, right? But here's the problem. It's lazy. It puts all the work on her. It makes her feel like she's in another job interview. Strong example. I'm in design. I like creating things people can actually feel, stuff that makes an experience. Then you follow with, what about you? What makes your work meaningful? See the difference? Now you're not just extracting information from her. You're offering something first. You're showing her your world, your values, your passion. Then you invite her to open hers. That creates balance. It's a give and take from the start. Here's another one. Weak. Do you like this kind of music? Strong. This song hits different at night. Feels like something's about to happen, like a scene from a movie. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. What's your vibe? Now you're doing more than asking a question. You're painting a picture. You're sharing your mood, your thoughts. You're letting her step into a feeling, not just a fact. That's the difference between surface talk and emotional connection. Tension, emotion, memory. There's a truth about attraction that most guys never figure out. Attraction doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in tension. But not all tension works. It has to be the right kind. The playful, emotional, magnetic kind. Most men think if they're always nice, polite, and agreeable, she'll like them more. They think avoiding conflict will make her feel safe. Sure, she might feel safe. But safe doesn't equal desire. Too much comfort turns flat. It becomes predictable, forgettable, and nobody remembers predictable. Think about your most powerful conversations in life. They weren't the smooth, easy ones. They were the ones with friction, a little disagreement, an unexpected twist, a moment of vulnerability. Those moments stick. Now apply that to talking with women. If you design every sentence to be safe and approved, you might be liked, but you won't be remembered. Example, she says, "I hate this song." Average guy? He instantly changes his opinion. "Yeah, I guess it's not great." Why? Because he wants to avoid conflict and keep her approval. But to her, that's weakness. That's fear. That's bending your truth just to be liked. Now imagine instead, you smile and say, "Damn, you're hard to impress. I respect that. What else is on your blacklist?" Suddenly the energy changes. You didn't attack her. You didn't fold. You stayed relaxed and made it playful. That little spark of tension makes her laugh. It makes her curious. It makes her feel something real. And that's the kind of moment she remembers. Rare energy wins. It's rare to find a man who can disagree without getting defensive. It's even rarer to find one who can do it with a smile and a calm presence. That's what makes you exciting to talk to. That's what makes you unforgettable. So next time you feel tension, don't run from it. Lean into it with charm, calm, and confidence. Because that's not a problem. That's the doorway to desire. Adjusting intensity for different women. Now let's be clear. This doesn't mean you throw bold, savage lines at every woman you meet. Not every situation calls for high intensity. Not every woman will respond well to teasing right away. This is where real skill comes in. A powerful man isn't just confident, he's aware. He knows how to read the room. He senses when to raise the energy and when to slow it down. Let's say you're talking to a quiet, shy woman. She's calm, reserved, soft-spoken. If you hit her with, "You're hard to impress, huh?" it might feel too much, too soon. That doesn't mean you abandon confidence. You just adjust the delivery. Instead, you might say, "I like that you know what you like." It's rare to meet someone with a strong mind. You're giving the same message. You're noticing her decisiveness. But with warmth, respect, and a softer edge. You're still leading. You're still showing strength. But you're making her feel safe in the moment instead of challenged too early. This isn't about being fake. It's about being smart. Because attraction isn't one size fits all. It's about timing, delivery, and awareness. You don't speak to every woman the same way. You read her vibe, and you lead the energy in a way that fits her. The danger of collapsing after you win. Here's a mistake almost every guy makes. They keep their energy strong at first, then drop it the moment things start going well. You lead with presence and confidence. You create tension and interest. She's smiling, laughing, leaning in. She touches your arm. She plays with her hair. And in your head, you think, "Yes, I've got her. It's working." And then you stop. You relax too much. You stop leading. You shift from creating the moment to just trying to keep it alive. That's when the energy collapses. Suddenly, she's looking at her phone. She's not as engaged. She's drifting away emotionally. And you're left thinking, what happened? Everything was going so well. Here's what happened. You started chasing the moment instead of leading it. The same energy that attracted her in the beginning. The presence, the direction, the calm leadership. That's the same energy you need to keep bringing. Attraction is like a fire. Stop feeding it, and it cools down fast. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being funny every second. It's about staying present, grounded, and intentional even after she's already showing interest. Women can sense conditional confidence instantly. If you're only confident until she likes you, and then you relax into neediness, she feels it, and that kills attraction. The rule is simple. When she gives you more, you don't give less. You give more presence. Stay focused. Stay relaxed. Stay in control. Be warm, but never weak. Because she doesn't just want to feel that spark at the start. She wants to feel it last.